Sony just registered 3 cameras in China, and what that means is as soon as we get a registration, whether it's from Canon, Sony, or anybody else, we can expect an announcement within the next 1 to 3 months. So we can expect 3 cameras from Sony over the next couple of months. Can we expect to see the Sony A9 Mark III, a camera that's been rumored for some time? Or what about a ZV vlogging camera? Or an APS-C version of the very popular Sony A7S III, a camera that's been selling very, very well since it was announced and released back in August of 2020. Details coming up, but first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, choose all notifications, like, comment, and all that good stuff, as I appreciate it greatly and it really helps this channel grow. A user on the Chinese social media platform Weibo discovered 3 registered cameras in China: the WW542541, WW198387, and the WW694956. Each camera offers 2.4 and 5.1 GHz, with the exception of WW198387. But when it comes to registrations, we know very little in terms of specifications. There's nothing leaked. This is actually a registration. And all we know, as I said in the intro, is that it's going to have 2.4 GHz or 5.1 GHz. Well, 2 of the cameras will. So what other specifications can we expect to see? Well, not a whole lot. Sony Alpha Rumors, Sony Rumours, and many other sites following Sony really haven't been that forthcoming with any leaked specifications. But in terms of what camera models we can expect to see, well, there's certainly a short list. At the high end, the A9 Mark III. This is a camera that's been rumored for some time, and it's definitely due for a refresh. The Sony A9 Mark III will sit somewhere between the Alpha 1 and, of course, its predecessor, the A9 Mark II. But unlike the A9 Mark II, it now has the Sony Alpha 1 to deal with. When the A9 Mark II came out, it was the top of the line. But now we have the Sony Alpha 1, so that will give us an idea of what this camera is not going to be able to do. It's not going to approach the same capabilities as the Sony Alpha 1. Another strong possibility is a new ZV vlogging camera. We could expect to see that camera announced in the next couple of months as well. But one of the most interesting rumored cameras to come out is a new APS-C camera, perhaps an A7000 series or an A6000 series. But the most interesting of all rumors out there has been discussions about a new Sony that's based off of the A7S III, a camera that came out, was announced back in July of 2020 and went on sale and started shipping in August of 2020. And the Sony A7S III has sold very, very well. Unlimited recording without overheating. And it also spawned the FX3 and then, of course, the FX30, which are more video-centric versions of the video-centric A7S III. An APS-C version of the Sony A7S III would perform very, very well. It would sell very, very well. If we just look at the sales figures from the FX3 and the FX30, these cameras are constantly in the top 10, selling very, very well, and appealing to many videographers, YouTube channels, and, well, even event photographers, or videographers, I should say. And the reason why this camera has me most excited is its potential, is its price. Now, we don't know the exact price, but I'm going to use a little bit of forecasting to give you an idea of what I think the price of this rumored camera could be. First of all, let's take a look at the FX3. It sells for, what, $38.99? Yep, $38.99. And of course, the FX30, it sells for $17.98. The Sony A7S III, well, it's priced at $34.98. That price really hasn't changed over the last couple of years. So what can we expect in terms of price of an APS-C version of that camera? Well, if we use the same sort of valuation that Sony did with the FX3 compared to the FX30, and we discount it by the same ratio, that would give us a price point of around $1,598. Now imagine, just imagine for a moment, all the capabilities of the Sony A7S III, everything that that camera has, but now imagine that in a camera with an APS-C sensor, all the same capabilities, but for about, well, less than half the price at $15.98. And that's why this camera has me so excited. I can't even speak properly. $15.98 or even $16.98 for a camera that produces all the same capabilities as a Sony A7S III. 4K video up to 120 frames per second, 50 and 60 frames per second, 24, 25, and 30. It's just an impressive camera. S-Log2, S-Log3, S-Cinetone. I've shot with the Sony A7S III and it's a terrific camera. It produces really, really good results. So that's certainly one possibility. The other possibility is that we get a refresh or a successor to one of the cameras in the A6000 line or a new A7000 line. And that's a strong possibility as well. But either way, I think what we're going to see over the next 3 months is a camera that appeals to everybody. So we're going to have something around the top shelf, most likely the A9 Mark III, and then we're going to have an APS-C censored camera or multiple APS-C censored camera. And of course, there's that ZV vlogging camera. But what I want to know from you is, what do you think? What are you looking forward to from Sony? With 3 registered cameras, which cameras do you think? Naming them from the first most likely to the third least likely that we might see coming from Sony over the next couple of months. Let me know in the comment section down below. But wow, pretty exciting. I was just getting ready to relax. My son was going to shoot a video for his channel, and then I came across this post, and yeah, that's pretty exciting. It looks like the first half of 2023 is going to be super exciting, and it's already proven to be the case with Panasonic in the first part of January releasing the S5 Mark II with a new phase detect autofocus system. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else Panasonic's going to come out with this year. Perhaps a refresh of the S1, the S1R, or the S1H. And of course, Canon released 2 cameras, the R8 and the R50. Cameras that really didn't receive much in terms of the cripple hammer. No, my name's not Casey from Camera Conspiracy, so I'm not going to get smacked in the head with the cripple hammer. Casey, on the other hand, he needs to be a bit more careful. So 2 cameras from Canon. What's notable again is no cripple hammer. They are segmented, but no cripple hammer. Good solid cameras. And of course, Panasonic. So we're also expecting cameras from Nikon, the Nikon Z8, the Z6 Mark III, maybe even the Z5 Mark II. What else are we going to get? Well, 3 cameras from Sony. It's looking like that the rest of this first half of 2023 is going to be exciting. And then, of course, we've got rumors that Canon's going to be releasing and announcing, well, announce, then release the R5 Mark II, a camera that should do very, very well. The Canon EOS R5 has done very, very well. It's been in short supply since July of 2020. And it's currently on sale for $400 off, as is the R3. It's $400 off, as is the R5C. And even in Canada, we're seeing $300 off the Canon EOS R5. Now, depending on where you are in the world and how your currency is done against the US dollar, you might see a discount or you might not see a discount at all. In the UK, you've lost, I think, around 9% against the US dollar. In Europe, it's about 5%. But keep an eye out for sales right now around the world because, well, Canon's discounting an awful lot of gear, and I don't know why they're doing it. One good possibility is that we might see a refresh, or maybe this is their way of addressing all the uproar over, well, the limitation of third-party lens manufacturers because they're enforcing their IP. So who knows? But either way, if you want to stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors, do yourself a favor and me by subscribing and choosing all notifications. And just to be a little bit honest here, one of the biggest ways that this helps this channel grow is by, well, subscribing, but also sharing. If you like what you see here, share it on Twitter, share it on your Facebook page. It doesn't cost you anything, and boy, does it really help this channel grow. And for all the minor news and rumors, well, consider following me on Twitter. I post a lot of stories there that aren't big enough to have their own separate video. And of course, videos like this also get posted on Twitter. So I highly recommend following me there as well. But thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great night. And well, if you're in Asia right now, have yourself a good morning. We're at the, what is today? Is it Wednesday? I can't see with my eyes. Let's try this computer here. Without my glasses? Is it Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday. So it's Wednesday here in North America. It's Thursday in most parts of Europe. And it's now Thursday in, well, I guess tomorrow. It's almost Thursday here as well. So the week is going by really quickly. I'm tongue-tied because I keep thinking it's like Tuesday. I didn't realize it was Wednesday, on the verge of Thursday. We've almost got another weekend coming. Exciting, right? Anyhow, subscribe and choose all notifications because as soon as news comes out, I will publish a video. As you're seeing right here, I publish videos all day long, any time of day. Doesn't matter whether it's morning or late at night. If news comes out, I'm here reporting the news. I report camera news far quicker than CNN, Fox News, CBC, BBC, or any other source. You get your camera news here before anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.